out for the year.
You just heard it. Just told me. Darrelle Revis, done for the year. And does this hurt the Jets' chances
Tebow might
of
play
making...
quarterback.
No, you didn't just say that. No, you didn't just say that. No. How could you do that? How could you do that? No. No. Oh, no. No, you didn't say that.
It's on.
Oh,
it's on
my
when we come
Lord.
They got him, they might as well use him.
That's the worst thing you could have said.
I know what that's going to create around here. We ain't had a Tebow segment since I've been here.
It's coming.
Let's
Great player, but a great teammate. Thing, so we're going to lose that presence. I know the way Darrelle is, that this is a guy as competitive as it gets, and I don't think there's any doubt he's going to come back strong from it.
Really bad news there for the New York Jets. Darrelle Revis, their all-pro cornerback, done for the season with a torn ACL. It happened this Sunday in the third quarter against Dolphins. Skip, are the Jets done?
This is for Stephen A. Smith, my friend. The Jets are done unless they turn to one man whose initials are TT.
Oh, Lord.
It should now be Tebow time for Rex Ryan, because this situation is sitting on a silver platter for what Tim Tebow does best. He is a lightning rod leader who can ignite and unify a now undermanned football team, just the way he did in Denver last year when they plummeted to 1-4 and proceeded to win 7 of their first 8 games. Tim Tebow would immediately turn the Jets' attack into ground and pound #1 rushing attack in pro football. All of a sudden, Sean Green would turn into last year's Willis McGahee in Denver. All of a sudden, you would see the Jets receivers look much better. All of a sudden, Stephen Hill would be Demaryius Thomas, the way Tebow turned Demaryius into his go-to target last year in Denver. It has to be Tebow time if Rex wants to save the day, because this is made for Tim Tebow. This is, as Snoop said, this is why they went out to get this man. So I think Snoop is going to be on my side here. Am I right? That you have to, in desperation, turn to the man who can save this day.
True indeed, because you got to look at it like this.
True indeed.
Yeah, I'm going to roll with him on this one, Steve.
Yes,
Man,
thank you. Here we go.
When you bring somebody into your organization like that, you got to at least give him a shot. And they ain't been giving him a shot. They've been giving him one play, and every play that they didn't be giving him, he's been getting positive yards. He makes something happen. But they got him over there reading the plays and sitting on the side of Sanchez like he really helping him. The way to help him is get on the football field and move that ball up the field. And to me, Sanchez got a lot of, game that stops. His games don't.
His game stops. I like that.
It just pushes home.
So let me be clear.
Please.
Are you saying that Tim Tebow should be inserted as the quarterback and Mark Sanchez should be benched? Or are you saying that Tim Tebow should find a way to put him in the game for more plays?
I think they need to balance it out more, because if you watch the Jets, they'll get in the red zone and then that's when they freeze. So it should be some sort of Tim Tebow comes in when we get to the 30-yard line on down, or something to the effect of, we need to work Tim into this offense to where it's his offense and Mark offense. Right now, it looks like it's Sanchez's offense until he mess up.
Yeah, but Stephen A., Sanchez's game stops, as so eloquently was just stated by this man.
This is ridiculous. I can't believe I have to deal with this, but it's all right. It's okay, because I got love for you, man. Here's the deal. First of all, the Jets are done. Let's just put that out there. It's over. You ain't going to no daggone playoffs. You can cancel that dream. It ain't happening. I'm going to tell you why. Because of the personnel they have in terms of their executives and the decisions that they've made in terms of neglecting this offense. The reality is this. I like Sean Green a lot. I think he's gotten a bad rap. He averaged about 4 yards a carry last season, okay? So certainly Tim Tebow, you would surmise that he's going to help the running game. I tend to believe, however, despite the fact that they have 3 Pro Bowlers on their offensive line, something's awry there. They can't seem to gel. I don't know if they would be effective as an offensive line. That's number one.
As run blockers?
Even as run blockers, okay? That's number one. Number two, because of the dissension that exists, remember, in Denver, you had Kyle Orton. Mark Sanchez ain't that bad. So what you have is a situation where clearly Tim Tebow needed to be in there because you felt you had no other options. In the case of New York City, you've got people wondering, did you sabotage Mark Sanchez? Did you put him in a position to succeed? Because since he had been in the NFL, coming out of USC, after 1 year, your crew at the Trojans, okay, since he left there, they did everything but put a diaper and a bib on him. They've been pacifying him since he got into the NFL. So if you're Mike Tannenbaum and you're Rex Ryan, everybody's looking at you and saying, what on earth have you been doing? You look at their defense. What they did was say, look, our defense is elite. In Cromartie and Revis, we got the best cornerback tandem in the game. We went out and got LaRon Landry, just an assassin as a hitter. We got Jeremiah Bell from Miami, who's a model of consistency. We've got these dudes with David Harris and Bart Scott and these boys at the linebacker crew. We might have some struggles in terms of rushing the passer, but overall our defense is elite, so we don't have to pay attention to offense. That's why we let go of Plexico Burress. Now, if you had a Plexico Burress, which helped you be the second most efficient team in the red zone in the NFL last year next to Detroit, then it would be legit. Because what would happen is, even if you were talking about making a change, it's plausible. You're looking at Plexico with Santonio, and it's like, boom. But when you got a rookie, and even though I like Curley a lot, but when you got a rookie in Stephen Hill who's dropping passes in the end zone, when you got Curley, you know, your second time around, you got Santonio Holmes, who obviously had some problems last year when the season ended. That with Sanchez. Now, if Tebow comes in, you clearly running the football. You're not really throwing it. You're talking about his personality contaminating the team in some way. I don't think this works for Tebow, and I don't think it works for the New York Jets because of the situation they set up.
Hey, but wait a second. You have just dismissed the Jets' chances as D-O-N-E done.
That's right.
No playoffs, no hope, no way, right?
That's right, because I don't think their defense will be the same.
Then why wouldn't you give Tebow a shot?
No. I'm not saying that he doesn't eventually deserve a shot. I'm questioning whether or not he'll be successful. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve a shot. Go ahead if you want to put him in. Get it over. By the way, let me be on the record of something else, because we need to get this over with. I have no problem whatsoever with Tim Tebow being put in. Get it over with. I'm tired of him being talked about.
Wait a second. You sound just like John Elway last year.
I'm tired of him being talked about. I'm tired, and now they got my boy Snoop sitting here thinking that he can do something. I don't believe it. I'm tired of it. Man, get it over with.
He beat my Steelers last year in the playoffs.
Yeah, why you got to bring that up?
I said Jesus walks.
There you go.
Jesus walks.
So did he. He turned into a believer.
I mean, Jesus walked. When he beat my team, I couldn't believe this guy can't throw a ball for nothing in the world. He finds the time to set his feet and throw a slant to beat my team in the playoff game?
Yeah, but they stacked the line of scrimmage with everybody, and then you had Ike Taylor in single coverage with him. I mean, what did you expect?
Stephen A., did he just throw one pass in that game, or did he throw for 316 yards?
That's the only pass I remember.
That's the only pass I remember.
Really?
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, there was a pass early in the game and that one pass. Those are the only passes I remembered.
Boy, it's hard to get up to 316 on one pass,
and
right?
Listen, like I said, a dead clock is right twice a day.
Yeah. Well,
you understand? I mean, what you want
he
to
was
say?
right 8 times last year.
You know
it, and I know it.
This is a same
here's
dude that won a game with 2 completions in the entire game against Kansas City.
You know what? We're talking about the same dude, Mark Sanchez, who stunk it up at Miami against a way below average Dolphins and scored 1 touchdown in that game. And you're going to defend Mark Sanchez?
I'm not going to defend him. I am going to say that he's been put in a position to fail as far as I'm concerned because their offense is anemic. He doesn't have the proper personnel with them. And if we could say that about other quarterbacks, we could certainly say that about Mark Sanchez. Should Tebow be inserted in there? Fine. Get it over with because I'm sick and tired of talking about it. Let's get it over with. Let's let him get in there, stink up the joint on Broadway, and we can get back to normalcy. That's what I want. I want it over and done.
Give Sanchez 4 games. Give Tebow 4 games. At the end of those 8 games, you'll know who you're starting.
Okay, who gets the next game?
Whoever got the best record out of those 4 games.
No, who starts? Who gets this coming game?
I give it to Sanchez. Give him more.
Yes, you know why?
Yeah, I would because
you wouldn't because he'd be on Tebow would be on suicide watch going up against San Francisco's defense.
Oh, that's what they play.
That's what they play now.
Oh yeah,
catch that dream. Let me tell you what I don't like about it because he's slick here. If you look at the Jets schedule, see, this is what ticks me off. You look at the Jets schedule. The second half of their schedule is relatively weak. Here in the next 4 weeks, they've got San Fran, Houston. Indy, or give me to some degree, even though luck, you never know. And then they got New England. So what I'm saying is after that, other than their game against New England, They don't really have anybody. And then you put Tebow in and he looked good. All of a sudden, I got to listen to this
No,
for another
wait.
year.
Put him in versus the coach.
Exactly.
Snoop,
Exactly.
you know what I'm hearing here? I'm hearing built-in excuse. Somebody
No,
set
I'm
him up.
saying
This is
play him
like,
now.
oh,
Play
they're
him now.
not playing
Play him
anybody.
now. Play him now. Then.
Okay, I'll
some of this
take
other
that.
stuff.
Let's
Yeah,
play him
right.
now.
He'll get murdered.
Yeah,
you know it.
Yeah, that's what everybody was
Please.
saying. That's what you were saying
Please.
last year when the Bears came to town.
Oh, wait, you mean when Marion Barber had brain locked and ran out of bounds and stopped the
Wait. I mean, when Tim Tebow threw for 191 yards in the fourth quarter in overtime,
When he stunk up the
Bears
joint for the
defense,
first 50 minutes?
he said if he can do it against the Bears
When he
defense,
stunk up,
I will honor
when he
him.
stunk up the joint for the first 50 minutes.
He didn't stink it up.
Oh, please.
They were in
And
that
I can't
game.
believe you didn't bring that up, Snoop. This dude stunk up the joint for 45 to 50 minutes on Sunday afternoons. Nobody else got the chance to stick up the joint for that long before seeing the bench.
But he has a relationship with God like no other.
So that's what you're attributing it to.
Are you being sarcastic or legit?
No, you're being legit. I don't blame you for being legit because I wondered about that.
When you bring the spirit of God in, you know, that overwhelms everything. That trumps everything. So he has a little bit more acceptance because of how he is perceived and the way he carries himself off the field. So they give him a little bit
So
more.
you think that warrants him not seeing splinters a little bit earlier, meaning the bench?
No, because he started off seeing the bench. So he come from the bench when he got in the NFL.
What do you mean talking about? I mean, this dude came in last year. I mean, Kyle
This is in his second year last year.
said he was a fourth stringer.
In training camp.
How did he go from fourth string to the starter?
People, the fans, they went with the hype. The
Right.
People put him in.
Exactly.
Tebow.
So it's a popularity contest that made him
That's what
start
it was in Denver, and then he overwhelmed.
Yeah,
him.
and
He had
then
a
what
couple-
happened when he got his chance?
He had
What
a couple
happened?
good games, and he won. He did something that the other quarterbacks couldn't do, which
Correct.
wanted him to stay on the field.
Correct.
And when the people get behind you and you win, it's like Jeremy Lin. When he was in New York and he was winning, everybody was going crazy. Then when they start losing, he's just a regular old guy now.
Was he worth $25 million?
Never.
Thank you. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure you were here with me.
I'm here. No basketball. I'm 100 with you. I'm 100 on that b-ball.
See, you wanted to be part of the Tebow conversation, and you got right in.
Come on, man. These are my guys right here.
I hear you, and we want you at home to be a part of this conversation. FIFA 13 out today in North America. You can hit
Let
us
it
up on
play.
Twitter with your comments.
Unleash.
Hashtag Snoop FIFA 13.
Ridiculous.
End up with this
Cut
game.
the dog off the leash and let him play, man.
Let him play.
And you can end up with this game. All right, we're taking a break here. When we come back, did you see the game last night? I'm guessing you probably did.